What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another pros and cons video tour. Today, this one's gonna be over the city of McKinney. I'm gonna be showing you the different areas. I'm gonna be starting here in downtown McKinney and then heading over towards some of the neighborhoods, taking around maybe some of the schools and showing you some of the areas around here and kind of giving you guys the feel. Hopefully the rain doesn't come. There is a storm headed this way. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us and I'm able to get through this whole thing. I'm currently right now in the square at downtown. First pro of living in McKinney is that it has a really cool downtown district. They got a whole bunch of shopping down here, restaurants, regular food as well. So if you want to just come for like a quick bite to eat. They also do a bunch of stuff during like Christmas. They have a bunch of lights down here. It's really fun to walk around. So there's a bunch of stuff down here. It's kind of different than downtown Frisco. This one's kind of built more on a square. There's a bit more shopping than what like downtown Frisco or downtown Plano. Currently, I'm on Virginia Parkway. This is gonna take me like through the middle of McKinney. If I just kept going straight, it'd take me out to like Frisco as well. Most of the main stuff is off Virginia Parkway along here. Once we get out of the historic district, we'll start heading out towards some of the neighborhoods. You'll be able to see some of the older homes. Another pro is kind of just the area. It's also a con. I'll get into that in a little bit, but the pro is that you're also by a bunch of amenities. So you're in between, you know, Frisco, Prosper, Anna, those areas. McKinney doesn't really have like big concert venues and big areas like that. Another pro is the jobs around here. For example, they've got Raytheon is here, Traxxas, RC Cars, is also out of McKinney. So there are some job opportunities. There's also jobs moving in here all the time. It's in a good location to like kind of get to in the sense of you're right off the tollway. But if you have to commute somewhere down to like Dallas, or let's say you get relocated out to Fort Worth, that is definitely a major con. It's almost a pro if you like being around the Frisco and Allen areas and going out to those things like the Stonebriar Mall. It's a con if you're more of the person that likes to go down to downtown Dallas area, or maybe you like going out to Fort Worth to the stockyards. It's gonna be like an hour drive out to Fort Worth. So yeah, so that was just a little bit of the old historic downtown area that they have. A lot of people go to that. I would say more people go to that downtown than like the Frisco downtown area, because I don't know, the Frisco downtown area just doesn't offer as many. They're doing a better job. Frisco's doing a better job. They're adding more stuff, but it is really cool down in there. Everything still has that old character feel. Some of these other downtown areas, they're going in and updating, so it doesn't have that older vibe. They've done a good job keeping that older vibe in there. All right, so here's 75. Here's another pro of living in McKinney. You're gonna be right off 75. You're gonna be right off the tollway. So let's say you need to go into Dallas. Well, you can hop on the HOV, straight shot down to Dallas. Okay, let's say you live on the other side. Let's say you live closer to the Dallas North Tollway. Okay, you take the Dallas North Tollway down to Dallas. Either way, the freeway 75 is not gonna cost you money unless you take the HOV. It's gonna cost you money if you go down towards the Dallas North Tollway out towards Sam Rayburn. So just keep that in mind, that you'll be spending like a little bit of an extra buck here and there to travel to some of those things, whether it be just going out to Frisco. You're gonna have to pay tolls on that stuff, but you can still take Alma or Main Street, Virginia Parkway to get out to those places. You don't have to take the tollway to things. Just if you're gonna go down to Dallas, you're probably gonna want to. Traffic is definitely gonna be a con around here. They have done a good job expanding the roads. There's some areas a little bit more north into the areas of McKinney that are still like one lane, maybe a little bit underdeveloped, but for the most part, they've done a really good job expanding all the roads, whether it be 3 lanes to open things back up. But the traffic is definitely gonna be a problem in some areas. Maybe if you're closer to like the master plan communities, closer to the Frisco area, you're gonna run into some traffic getting on the tollways in the morning, just commuting. All right, so I'm still headed down Virginia Parkway. Here's some of the businesses and the retail areas that they have along here. I'll be going into Stonebridge Ranch. Another pro around McKinney is that they have really good master plan communities. So there's Stonebridge Ranch, which is huge, and there's Craig Ranch, which is also huge. 2 really big master plan communities, tons of neighborhoods within them, tons of amenity centers within them as well. Go check out my Craig Ranch video if you want to see some of the top neighborhoods around here. I've got that in my McKinney playlist. That will give you a good idea on what the homes look like. And then another pro is just the real estate around here, right? Like everyone loves this area. It's a great place to invest right now. Property values continue to go up. All I see right now is homes getting bought in the Allen, McKinney, Frisco areas, all going over asking by a good amount. Like, we're not talking about 5% here. We're talking about 15 to 19% in some areas, which is kind of crazy. So that just kind of shows you the demand of this area, but that can also be a con, right? maybe you don't want that. Maybe you're not someone that wants to be by everyone. You kind of want to be further away. You want to be more secluded. There's some of those opportunities in the very north of McKinney. However, you're going to be anywhere along the tollway, Sam Rayburn, 75. Those areas are getting developed out, so you're not going to really have that feel anymore of open areas. But if you want that, maybe go a little bit more north, where kind of the ranches are in those areas, to see if anyone's listing. You also got to keep that in mind. It's like, what do you guys like to do? And I have conversations with y'all on the phone. It's like, what type of person are you? Are you the type of person that wants to be just at home, be around the community? Okay, you probably want to be in a master plan community and have something that's, you know, a lifestyle director that gives you things to do and activities, and there's events going on. But if you're someone that doesn't care about that, and you want to go out to like the fun stuff, Legacy West, or out to Cowboy Stadium, or down to the American Airlines Center in Victory Park, well, then maybe you don't care about being a master plan community, and you can kind of be anywhere in these older neighborhoods that have maybe a little bit lower of a price range. How do you want to live your life? I can't live it for you. I can just help get you there, you know? I can help get you in the right direction. We're heading into the Stonebridge Ranch area. But yeah, these neighborhoods are just gonna be areas where you're gonna have to kind of act quick. And that's kind of another con with the market right now. If you're kind of waiting right now and you're seeing what the market's doing and that type of stuff, it's just less house for more price at this point. You know, I could say that for any city around here that's in this like little area of Plano, Allen, McKinney, Frisco, is that you just kind of got to act quick on these houses. So now on the school side, I'll get into a little bit of that. These school districts are really good around here. McKinney ISD, awesome facilities. They got a huge stadium, competes right there with an Allen Stadium or a Frisco Stadium too. Really good school district. I had a ton of friends that went to McKinney ISD. Let me show you guys kind of what a school looks like. We'll pop into this neighborhood right here, Cambridge. This is going to be a lower end. Homes in here are going to be around $300,000 to $400,000. But let me show you guys what one of the schools looks like. This is Gabby and Bobby Minshew Elementary. And they don't have a lot of high schools, so unlike Frisco ISD, McKinney ISD doesn't have that many high schools compared to that of Frisco ISD. So there might be some bigger class sizes compared to some of the Frisco ISD schools. All right, let's go back up. Oh, I should have just gone up that way. All right, so that's like an example of one of their elementary schools look like. But there's also Collin College. Their main campus is here. If you have a kid that, you know, is gonna be graduating high school, hasn't really decided on a plan, right, because of, you know, what's going on with COVID and that type of stuff. Maybe they don't want to go to school, or maybe they want to do 2 years at Collin or something like that. It isn't a community college. It's now a 4-year. It used to be a community college, but that campus, the main campus, is based out of McKinney, which is pretty nice. Living out of Frisco or any of those areas, you might have to commute. Now they have satellite campuses around everywhere. So if you do have a kid that goes into Collin College, just know you don't have to live in McKinney. You could be in other places, but if you are within Collin County, you will get a discount on your tuition. So that's another thing. Yeah, I just tell that to people, because that's what I did. I went to OU for 1 semester, paid like $20,000. I mean, I'm still paying the student loan off. It's like, it's ridiculous, guys. It's so, I open up my bank account and I see money there, and then just below it, it says like $46,000 student loan, and it's private, so the government's not going to help me out, you know, with Biden. He's like, student loan forgiveness. It's like, no, Dan, not you. You did a private loan with a bank. Good job. 1 year, I went 1 semester, 1 year. I went 1 semester, that's too much credit. I went 1 semester at OU, went to Collin for 2 years, finished on my degree at UTD, but those 2 years at Collin saved me so much, or that year and a half, I say 2 years, but that year and a half at Collin saved me so much money. Let me go into Adriatica. Let me show you kind of the upper end here. Either you're gonna love this neighborhood or you're gonna absolutely hate it. I did a neighborhood tour on this, so go check out that if you want like a longer video going throughout here and showing you guys what this neighborhood has to offer. And that's the cool thing about McKinney. There's gonna be a variety of houses, so they're gonna have all different types of stuff. You know, they're gonna have this look right now that we're seeing. They're gonna have that neighborhood we just went through, Cambridge, and then they're just gonna have those bigger lots. They're kind of more of those like cookie cutter homes that all you guys seem to really appreciate. But within here, these are gonna be your $1 million homes. just kind of depending on the size and where they're backed up to. But yeah, like I said, either you're gonna love this neighborhood or you're not. All right, so in front of us is Stonebridge Country Club. This is a huge amenity center. They've got like golf courses on this side, but on the other side they have like a pool area on the street we were just on, Virginia Parkway. I'm headed south now on Stonebridge. Another cool thing about McKinney is they got golf courses all over the place. So they got TPC Craig Ranch, they got Stonebridge. They got some other ones too that are kind of like in between Frisco. So if you're a big golfer, I would say McKinney area. You're not gonna go wrong where you don't have to play on like the same course every day. You go to a couple places, and then if you're living within one of the neighborhoods that's a country club, you know, you can go to that too. But most of the roads along here are going to kind of look like this, where they have 2 lanes, and then through the middle they kind of have these trees that are sprouted out. That's kind of what I've noticed driving around McKinney and how they've kind of worked it. So most of the stuff going east to west is going to be 3 lanes. Most of the stuff going north to south is going to be like this 2 lanes. And when you go further north into McKinney, these lanes are going to start turning into 1 lanes and maybe be a little bit underdeveloped, kind of like a maybe Salina or Aubrey feel. But for the most part, McKinney's pretty developed, and they have some areas, like when I was at their historic district, they seem to be doing some construction. And the roads around here don't buckle too bad. Over in like Louisville area, the roads buckle bad. Frisco area, the roads buckle bad. But around here, the roads are pretty solid. Like I said, this is just what I've noticed from my 20 years of living in this place and my 7 years of driving experience. And then a con around here, I'm trying to think about another con for you guys about McKinney area, is that they don't really have like a bus system or the DART train. So like in Plano, if we go a little bit more south, you'd be able to hop on like the DART to go into Dallas. So you're not gonna be able to just like jump on a train or jump on a bus to get anywhere, or to get to kind of the other places. If you want to do that, you're gonna need to get kind of more south towards Dallas. Now we're coming up on Gab Nipset Park. This is another pro of this area. They have a really cool park area in here. It's like a whole community center. They got like a water park inside. They got a water park outside. They got a skate park also. They got baseball fields. I'm gonna end the video here at this community center. Show you guys kind of one of the main attractions around here for people to go work out or go hang out in. There is the water park area. Looks like they got like a little splash zone too for like kids. And then they also have like a, I believe that's a PSA, so volleyball courts, that stuff. So, and then there's also like sport teams, youth sport teams within McKinney. So if your kid's looking to get into volleyball, soccer, any of those sporting things, can't go wrong with McKinney. There's like a bunch of select teams. Because that's the other thing. Like, what if your kid is so good at a sport that they don't need to play high school and they go play select, but that select team that your kid plays on is based out of Fort Worth, right? So think about that too. So sometimes, you know, it won't even be about the high school sports. It'll be, where is my select team based out of? Where do they practice out of? Like for me, I played select hockey. I didn't play high school hockey because high school hockey was atrocious. For select hockey, my practices were 45 minutes away from Frisco. Would my parents would have liked to pick a closer place to my practice? Yes. But at the end of the day, they did like Frisco, so. Just some things to think about, guys. Just trying to give you things to think about. All right, that's gonna do it for the pros and cons tour over McKinney. Maybe you guys are thinking about moving out here. If you are, text me McKinney, or just text me, guys. I'm lonely. Peace. Take it easy. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.